Annunciation Catholic School shooting in Minneapolis, what we know about the suspect. Rob, is this a video you got on it, or is this something I'm reading?
I do. I have some video.
Let me just read this to you, and then I'll come to you, Rob. So the suspected shooter of Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis, identified by law enforcement sources as Robert or Robin Westman, Jake Tapper likes to call him Robin, opened fire during a morning mass in Wednesday, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others, including 14 children with 2 in critical condition. According to police reports, court records indicate that in 2019, a juvenile named Robert Westman, whose mother, Mary Grace Westman, was the parish secretary at Annunciation until her 2021 retirement, legally changed their name to Robin, with the mother stating minor child identifies as female and wants her name to reflect that identification. Police described the attacker as a male dressed in black, carrying a black rifle, who committed suicide after the shooting, with Minneapolis Police Department stating there's no active threat to the community at this time, and shooter is contained. The suspect's relationship to the school remains unknown, and is unconfirmed whether Westman had any connection to school students or staff, though disturbing YouTube videos, since deleted and unverified by authorities, posted under the name Robin Westman, showed handwritten notebook, pages and weapon with messages painted on them. Go ahead, Rob.
The Minneapolis Star-Tribune, just as another piece of the puzzle as to who the shooter was, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune says, according to court records, because there's been some confusion about what the shooter's name was.
Yes.
Robin Westman's mother applied to change her child's name in 2019. It was, at one point, Robert Paul Westman.
Correct.
But since she identifies as a female and wants her name to reflect that identification, was underage.
That's what
it's
they
now
still
Robin
doing that.
Westman.
You're still doing that, and you're wondering why. Rob, can you pull up that data? And then I'm going to go to a couple of you guys. Tom, I'm going to come to you first. Can you pull up that stat? Check this out, folks.
Weird.
So this is data showing mass shooting rates by demo from 2015 to 2025. Look at the one to the left. Trans, non-binary is the highest. Then it's Asians. Then it's blacks. Then it's whites. Then it's Hispanics. Like Hispanics, this is not their, anything they do. Then it's Native Americans, not at all. But why is that? Why are we not paying attention more to data to see what's going on here? You think we could prevent maybe some of these things have happened in the future? You know how many parents are concerned nowadays? I'm at a game the other day with another parent, and this parent who's got his daughter there, 13-year-old daughter, tall, she's coming talking to us. There's a couple thousand people there. The entire time he's looking around, hey, look at that guy. Who is that guy? Do you know that guy? Why is that guy walking around? Why is this guy doing this? He was so paranoid the entire time. I said, what's your concern? And he says, what do you mean, what's my concern? Are you not worried about all the school shootings that's happening? This was a week ago. Now this happens. Parents are truly worried about what's going on because they don't want to see something like this happen at their school. Tom, your thoughts on this story here?
So I have a couple different thoughts. My wife is a teacher, and she's at a school here in Fort Lauderdale. She does training every year, lockdown training. God bless the entrepreneurs that are inventing new devices that are helping, that are quick locks and things to help contain schools and things. But we talk about this every year. And there's 2 elements here that anger her and anger me. And the first element is the way the Democrats handle this. And I'm not making it political. I'm just describing. The playbook: find a victim, politicize it, push that victim against conservatives as being absolutely, repressed. And trans is the new victim. Protect trans, politicize trans, push them against conservatives. The conservatives are trying to repress the trans. Well, look, that may be a tremendous effort of change that happened in 1968 with civil rights legislation when it was needed. Now you're finding made-up victims, and we're not getting to the root cause. There are some people who are trans that really are sexually confused and are peaceful people, and they don't know what's up, and they feel this way, and so they want to be this. There's other people. The data is in. The data is here. That there is a number of people, and it is a significant percent of people in the trans community who are trans and talk about it, friends of trans talk about it, that say there's something going on, that there's something deeper and emotional and troubling. The data is in now. In Tennessee, it was a trans shooter. Now in Minneapolis, it was a trans shooter. This is bothersome because you see it in the people. They need help. They need assistance and need people to come alongside. They don't need the mom right now refusing to cooperate with authorities on interviews. Right now, the mother of the shooter, this morning, 2 different articles I read, is allegedly refusing to cooperate with authorities and ask questions as they are trying. The shooter's gone. The shooter took his, referred to as her by identification. He said, I'm identifying a woman. So Robert, identifying as Robin, took his own life. He's gone. But they're trying to get to the mother. They want to talk to her, not in her moment of grief. They want to understand this. The police, this is like FBI profilers. They want to understand what's going on here. And we as a nation, the media is flying, absolutely staying in lockstep with the liberal Democrats. Find a victim, politicize it, push it against conservatives. They are the ones repressing it. No, in this case, that's not what's going on. We have data, and in the trans community, we need to come together as a nation and say, wherever you are, if you're troubled, you've got things going on, you need help. And then parents, as the ones that were prosecuted in Michigan, have to lock up their weapons. There's a responsibility there. But gun control is not the full answer here. You've got people that need help.
Yeah, when you're seeing stories like this, that's what?
That's a magazine called Eugene Weekly, Pat. And look at the subliminal message. Are you triggered? And they put, as the Trump administration attacks trans people, some queer folks are armed and ready to push back.
That's
what
the playbook.
The hell are you talking about?
Conservatives are repressing you. You need to fight back.
And what? Look at that symbol. Like, what are you trying to say, bro? Bro, because that's a bro. Mumat, like, what are you talking about?
Or do they know what's going on
By
in
the
their
way,
minds?
can you get to
They know
that
they're
one
troubled.
video I sent you, Rob? This is a video of, say, the trans guy, the famous trans guy on TikTok. Get angry.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen this guy?
Oh, that guy scares the hell out of me.
Get angry.
That guy's scary.
Yeah, can you play, I think that, this is the one.
Oh my God, this is so scary.
Look at this.
Angry.
Oh, God.
Go out, buy a gun.
Jeez.
It's okay to be angry.
Oh my God.
Get out of my face now!
If you try to stop me from going into a woman's bathroom,
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
be the last mistake you ever make.
It is ma'am.
Find that anger.
Just because. Hey!
Harness it to do good in the world.
These are the things that guy drew up?
Yes.
Killed those kids?
Yep. This is what the female.
This anger.
Done, man. We can just make a
This is not comedy. These are troubled people
Anger
that need
question
is
help.
about it.
probably my primary
question
source
about
of
it.
motivation.
You want to call me sir again?
The thing is, you don't have to leave.
You will lose your bed.
For everything that I do.
Cut that out now, or you'll go home. in
That's
an
when it
ambulance.
first started.
It was a call to action or a call to arms. Don't be afraid to show your anger.
Oh my God.
God.
What is that?
Let me tell you, it's deeper and it's also spiritual, folks. No one wants to talk about it. There is a spiritual side to this, that these people in their confusion, in their gender dysphoria, are also, you don't tell me that that is normal, rational people. There is a spiritual side to this, and people who understand it know I'm speaking the truth.
And I'm going to ask Bob, Pat, remember, and I've told Pat and the crew 3 times during his 11-minute video, and I had to watch it for context. Can you, before I get into this, Pat, if you don't mind, this is just the beginning of the video. Guys, tell me.
That's him?
This is his voice at the beginning. He has a Walter White photo from Breaking Bad. He by the way, his normal voice is like this, and I've got goosebumps right now, Pat. Tell me how demonic and possessed this voice is. This is the video he did before he went on shoot. Listen to this voice. That's him. That's him. And then the video starts in his house, okay? And there's 3 different instances, Rob, that we don't have to show right now. But I want to say this right now. This is what makes people transphobic, okay? Not your identity, but the fact that you clearly have a mental issue, and then it manifests into killing innocent people, innocent children praying in church. That's what makes me transphobic. Not because you want to call yourself Sarah and you were born John, all right? And this guy, by the way, the mom co-signing, and look about this wasn't random. And listen to the mentality, guys, of how lost and confused this kid is. These are quotes from his manifesto. I only keep the long hair because it's pretty much my last shred of being trans. I am tired of being trans. I wish I never brainwashed myself. I regret being trans. I wish I was a girl, and I just know I cannot achieve that body with the technology we have today, and I can't afford it. Okay, this wasn't some happy or fulfilled person. All right, it was eating him alive by confusion, illness, and despair. And when you have a system, Pat, when the world is telling him, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Live your truth. You want to chop off your genitalia? Go and do it. Hey, kids, is this what you want? Do it. And this is a pattern, all right? Minnesota, this guy, trans. Republican Party firebombing, gender fluid. Nashville shooter, trans. Colorado Tesla arsonist, trans. Colorado shooter, non-binary. Aberdeen shooter, trans. Denver shooter, trans. Iowa shooter, gender, trans, fluid. AMC, the guy that was stabbing, trans. Okay, and we know, and this is the one thing that got me and Rob were talking about this. Is it weird to anybody else? The moment this happens, within 1 hour, we know who he is, his history, his family, his school, the videos. But when a guy, Thomas Crooks, who's kind of in the same...
Stay here.
No, I am. He shoots the president, Tom. We don't know nothing about the guy, and we still don't. I'm definitely staying here. And then you hear the guy's voice, and you know what? I thought about this. It's not their fault, okay? It's not this trans, confused, mentally ill person's fault. It's the media, okay? It's academia, and it's politicians who don't say, hey, you should stop. They promote it, Tom. Like Tim Walz, the Minnesota's governor, has turned his state, he turned it into a sanctuary, a place for kids to receive trans medical services. And he bragged at making Minnesota a safe haven for trans people. And Pat showed a chart. I'm just done. Guys, I am done enabling. I'm done pretending that this is just another lifestyle. It's not. They're mentally unstable. They need help. They don't need us co-signing. They need actual psychiatrists. They need people to help them, not co-sign their freaking delusion. And the LGBT community, this is the T. The T's have single-handedly dismantled the progress that gay people have made to gain the public's trust. Shame on them. And all these guys all these fake politicians saying, Pat, save your thoughts and we don't need thoughts and prayers. Right. Shame on you. Yes, the hell they do.
Adam.
No, you're absolutely right, Vinny. Vinny's absolutely right. So is Tom about the lack of God in society. So there's three types of genders, and I think it's fair to say this. There's men, there's female, and then there's the mentally ill. And I think if we can't identify the fact that a lot of these shooters are trans and are dealing with massive, massive mental problems, what are we talking about here? You know, step number one is admit you have a problem. Here's something that we've talked about. I think Bill Maher made this famous about how every generation is becoming more and more LGBT friendly or identifying as that. And I got to be honest with you, we talk about every single topic here. Nobody's scared of the L's, the G's, the B's. We're focused squarely on the T's. What is going on here? So all these shooters happen to be T. We saw that previous stat. I don't know if you could show that again, Rob, just for the audience. Something's going on here with the T's. How can we not address this? So I broke it down to three. There it is right there. I broke it down to three major reasons why these school shooters happen. And I would love to get your guys' input. Number one, there's just massive, massive hate and grievance and resentment and revenge and V for vendetta. I think we can all agree upon that. Number two is social isolation. They're isolated. A lot of it is sexual frustration. They don't know what's going on. They're young. They're 18. They don't know how to, this outlet. And I'm assuming a lot of them haven't had sexual outlets to deal with any of this. The last one is the biggest problem I think going on with all young people. It's a lack of meaning and purpose in your life. We covered this the other day about people don't have meaning anymore. They're looking for meaning. A lot of times you find meaning in community or in religion or in God or in family. COVID basically exacerbated this problem. But what happens is, you know, a lot of these kids, the average age of a school shooter is guess what age? 18. So they're high school seniors on average, and they're filled with rage and resentment. And they lack meaning and purpose, and they write a manifesto, right? Yep. Talked about this. And what I've uncovered is this following thing. They'd rather be dead and infamous rather than alive and irrelevant. And that's a shocking statement because all of them basically trace their inspiration to Columbine. Remember when that happened? I believe in 1999. So a lot of these people copycat Columbine, and this is the only way that they're going to find infamy and fame. And I don't think we should talk about their names ever because you're giving them their shine when they deserve none of it.
But it doesn't help when the mother, you're 17, Pat, and the mother's like, you know what? Change your name. Do this. Your governor and all these people are making it. It's your fault.
Vinny, great point.
They made this person.
I've talked about parents being held accountable. They should go to jail for a mass shooting, and people thought it was crazy a few years ago. Remember this?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
And then in Michigan, they actually threw parents, I think, in jail for a shooting.
Protecting their weapons. That's exactly
trans
right.
parents, when they commit something like this, there's evidence. All right, so hold on. What? You're on these medicine.
Rob, what did
All right.
RFK say?
Yeah.
This is RFK, I believe, yesterday, where he talks about the amount of SSRIs connected
Exactly.
to school shootings.
Go for it.
I certainly consider mass shootings a health crisis, and we are doing for the first time real studies to find out what the etiology of that is. And we're looking for the first time at psychiatric drugs. You know, these kind of mass shooting, people have had guns in this country forever. When I was a kid, we had shooting clubs at our school. People, kids, my classmates, other people, would bring a .22 rifle with their guns to school and park it in the parking lot. Nobody was shooting. So there's never been a time in America, in the history of humanity, and people walked into a crowd, into a church or a movie theater or a school or a crowd of strangers and just started randomly shooting. It's happening in our country. It's not happening around the world. And there are many other countries that have comparable levels of guns that we have in this country. We had comparable levels in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and people weren't doing that. Something changed, and it dramatically changed human behavior. And one of the culprits we need to examine is whether the fact that we are the most over-medicated nation in the world, and that a lot of those are psychiatric drugs that have black box warnings on them that warn of suicidal and homicidal ideation. So we are doing those studies right now for the first time, and we will have an answer.
And by the way, you know what else he said? They're about to release as well, the link to autism. Did you see that? What they're about to release? They're about to release the report. If you go on X and just type in RFK autism, they're about to release what they figured out is the link to. That's the one right there. Go ahead, Rob, from the beginning, if you could.
Bobby, autism, if I could, I don't want to go too long because we have a lot of people, but the autism is such a tremendous horror show, what's happening in our country and some other countries, but mostly our country. How are you doing on that?
We are doing very well. We will have announcements as promised in September. We're finding certain interventions now that are clearly, almost certainly causing autism. And we're going to be able to address those in September.
It's such a big day. I'm looking forward to that day because there's something wrong when you see the kind of numbers that you have today versus 20 years ago.
That's right.
And those numbers, what are those numbers, Bob?
In 1970, the biggest epidemiological study in history was done in Wisconsin. They looked at 900,000 children, and they were looking for autism. They knew what it looked like, and they were very, very precise about it, and they found an incident rate of 0.7, in other words, less than 1 per every 10,000 children. Today, our most recent numbers are 1 in every 31 kids. Jeez. It's probably actually much worse than that because California, which has the best collection system, is reporting 1 out of every 19 children, now American children, has autism, 1 in every 12.5 boys. So it's gone from less than 1 in 10,000 in 1970 to 1 in 12.5 boys.
Think of those numbers.
45 years.
So there has to be something artificially causing this, meaning a drug or something. And I know you're looking very strongly at different things, and I hope you can come out with that as soon as possible. So 1 in 10,000.
It's great that a guy like that is in there investigating this. I just hope there's no games, no cover-up, no nothing. Just tell us what happened. Because, you know, one of the biggest things that we learned from the last time, the transgender typically linked to medication, what they're taking, what they're on. You have to find out if there's a pattern there. The entire time while I'm sitting here, all I'm typing is, what's the pattern amongst all the transgender shooters? What do we know about the pattern? Family and upbringing patterns. Troubled childhoods are common. Many shooters come from broken families, divorce, or unstable home environments. Exposure to domestic violence or absent fathers is disproportionately reported. There is a pattern that is taking place. If you keep pitching women power and all this other stuff, you know, we are equals and we're this and we're that and we're this, guess what you're going to do? You're going to continue having broken families. Women are going to be like, I don't need a man. There was a video the other day. They went to, it was Russia, I think it was. And they're walking around asking women, hey, do you see yourself equal as man? Would you want to? No, I don't want to do his job. I just want to be his wife. Do you see yourself as equal? No, I don't want to be a man. I want him to do it. I just want to be, I can't do what he does. And it was such a constant, and you've seen these clips from back in the days where they're interviewing people. Is the man the leader of the household? Yes, he is the leader of the household, not me. So if we continue going this direction, these patterns are going to show up. I'm glad there is logic in the White House that's going to get to the bottom of this to see exactly what is taking place with these different issues. Moving forward, on Connect, on the Circle, all the notes we have, it's free. You can go download the Circle, follow the stories with us. All you have to do is go to download Connect, go to the Circle, PBD Podcast Circle, look for it. Any of these QR codes will take you there. Join free. If you want to be able to communicate with others, pay your $10 a month. I think whatever the next rate is, and then the next rate will give you more access, videos, all that other stuff. And especially last week when we posted a video with Tom doing the push, benching 135 pounds, absolutely crushed
Monster.
Killed it,
Yeah,
Tom.
it was
Now you're the new mayor
unreal.
now.
And I got so much hate telling me I was doing half
What?
bench presses. So I have to go and do it again. And I'm going to pause, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to pause. And what I'm probably going to do after today is I'm going to do that with a pause to see how many I'll do, but it'll be
Do a
only
pause,
on
do
the
a
Circle.
story,
I'm going
then
to
do
do a
another.
pause. I'll be like, how you doing? And then boom. It's
But
one.
also,
Two.
you do the whole leg up, like this whole deal. This is
Yeah. Well, they're
this is
saying
a
they're saying
different
I'm not
thing.
going straight enough, and I like being challenged. So maybe if I do straight arms, I can only do 3 of them, 4 of them. But we'll test it out. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.